class. Hi, Dr. Earl's just checking in for anticipation of week 7 and your work on Collins. I hope this past week your work you're doing with Dockery has been very profitable. Dr. Dockery is no longer at Union University, but the things I heard about him from people across the nation was that he was a very capable leader and wise, and so there's a lot that you can glean from his book he's edited and put together. And then as well for Collins again, what he is bringing forth in those 6 principles he's going to develop through the book and the closing 2 chapters of comments about continuing application of these principles are going to be very useful in your life for the rest of your life, and you're working with people and better understanding how to lead an organization. His level 5 leadership, many of these 11 CEOs of the companies they wrote about and studied in depth are Christian men, as he talks about Mockler at Gillette and others. So these principles are very aligned with biblical teachings, but there's a lot of wisdom there to be gleaned. And then the other 5 principles are wonderful. Confronting brutal facts is having that kind of a culture where honesty can be practiced, and that you as a leader welcome and are secure enough to allow people to be honest with you about what's going on, both in your personal performance as well as what's taking place in the ministry or the business that you're working with that group in, and what's taking effect as to what's being practiced and what needs to be edited and changed. So all this is great, especially that principle about get the right people on the bus. What he's talking a lot there is what Maxwell popularized of the 80-20 principle and what Jesus modeled and practiced with the 12. He had Pete, Jim, and John, kind of like a 25-75, but he spent more time there. But what Collins is bringing out very clearly, you get the right people in leadership, they'll lead and drive the bus to the right place. One of the most important axioms you'll ever understand and grasp and apply in your leadership is that what the leaders model, the members do. You cannot cheat that. That's true in the sports world, true in the business world, and it's definitely true in the church world. Well, it's going to be a great read and very rewarding study to go through Collins' work on Good to Great. I'm sending with this YouTube a book written or edited by Peter Wagner back in 1985 entitled Church Growth State of the Art. What I'm wanting to invite you to look at is, I think it's page 36, where he shares this study in that chapter of 3 sets of groups of 240 people each. Read that carefully. What is shared there is so profitable in understanding the execution of the Great Commission, and whatever leadership roles and influences you have in your respective church role as a member on staff or a senior pastor. This is a very, very rewarding understanding of what people need from followers of Jesus Christ in communicating the gospel. Chapters 3 and 4 of this book are very rewarding. All the things throughout, if you would have time to go through it, are profitable. But again, I want to especially invite you to look at, I believe it's page 33 or 36. I apologize, I didn't look at that before I mentioned this on the YouTube. But again, a lot of things we're hearing today, at least in my denomination of the Southern Baptists, about revitalization, those are things that the church growth movement back in the late 70s, 80s, early 90s were developing and expanding from scriptural precept and principle, the how-to applications in the local church. So this work by Wagner is profitable in that respect. And again, if you'll look up this study, I think you'll find it very, very helpful in your own understanding of what you need to practice in helping others come to Christ and grow in following Him, and then becoming those that make other followers of Christ with their lives. Thanks so much, class. Have a great weekend, great week ahead. Bye.